I've never seen a case so obvious of a player wanting to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the best part about it, what makes it 100 times better, is that he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome into A to Z Philly. You know the drill. Hit the like button on the show if you enjoy the content. Be sure to subscribe, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. Today we're back, and we're taking a little hiatus from all the in-depth football talk. The Eagles getting ready to play the Commanders this weekend. Hopefully they blast them this time and not take it to overtime. Eagles trying to, pick up right where they left off. A huge statement win against the Miami Dolphins. They are rocking and rolling, but today, I want to talk about a certain someone, not on the Eagles, in the same division, in fact, their rival, who actually made some comments about the Eagles that you do not want to miss. We will get into all of it, but before we do that, a shout out to our sponsor of today's show, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with the code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Registering with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. Find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. What is the bet on Micah Parsons joining Philadelphia once his contract is up with the Dallas Cowboys? How about his next team bet? I mean, at this point, Philly might as well be the favorite. Micah Parsons on his podcast, which he has been doing all season long, he's been saying some things, but now he went above and beyond. He went above and beyond to support the Philadelphia Eagles, and I respect him. I respect him because you know what? He's being unbiased. He's being truthful. Now, again, Micah Parsons from PA, went to Penn State, right? We know he's from the area, but obviously plays for the Dallas Cowboys, so it is tough. But here's Exhibit A, right? Here's Exhibit A of Micah Parsons showing off his Philadelphia. There he is last year at the Sixers game. How about Exhibit B when he tweeted out about the Phillies winning? This was last year. Micah Parsons is a purebred Philadelphia fan. He just plays for that ugly star, that ugly logo, all right? And he constantly, brings up different topics on his podcast, and when the Eagles come up, he doesn't hold back. He always gives the Birds their credit, right? Remember the draft show? He was pissed when the Eagles, drafted Carter and Nolan Smith. And here is what Micah Parsons said on his podcast about the Eagles. He says, quote, "They're the number one team in the NFL." He put them number one. He says, "Nobody can stop the tush push, a.k.a. the brotherly shove, and they have no real weaknesses." Have to appreciate Parsons being unbiased in his evaluations. I love it, man. Now, if I played for the Cowboys or if I played for the Eagles, would I give that type of credit to the other team? Hell no. He's better than I am. He's better than I am. Screw the Cowboys. Okay, screw them. They're so irrelevant. They do the same damn thing every year. You know what's crazy, man? I was thinking about this. The last time the Cowboys were in the NFC Championship, I did not exist on this planet. I couldn't have done this show. I wasn't even a person. I wasn't born yet. Do you know how crazy that is? Maybe they never even made it. I never saw it with my own eyes. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I mean, when you think about this, yet they're America's team, and every year they make headlines, right? And everybody gets all hyped up. They literally do the same thing every year. I feel bad for Micah Parsons. He has to go up there and defend his team sometimes and himself. The team stinks, right? They're a good regular season team. I even remember last year, what was it? On Thanksgiving, they got upset by like the Jets or the Bills. And then the next year was the Jets or the Bills. And then one year was Washington. They weren't even the Commanders. They were the football team, I think. I mean, this team does the same thing every year. They get all hype. They go out on the first game. They win 40-0. Then they lose to the Arizona Cardinals and Jonathan Gannon. They do the same thing. They got blasted by San Francisco. But that week, their owner, right, went out and said, oh, well, this is a benchmark game, blah, blah, blah. They put all these expectations on themselves. My point being is that the fact that Micah Parsons even went out here and gave the credit that he did to the Philadelphia Eagles, one, shows a lot about his character, but two, it just makes it even sweeter because he knows what's coming. The Eagles are miles better than the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys can't even shine the shoes of the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles went out there last week, and no, they're not playing their best game yet, but they went out there and they waxed Miami. Okay, they went out there and smacked them in the mouth. They went out there and stopped what everybody was calling a historical offense in a must-win game. You know, Jerry Jones says, oh, the Cowboys and the Niners game is a benchmark game. That was a benchmark game for the Eagles. And they went out there and put their best performance forward, and they won the damn game. That is what you do. And you know what? What is it, another year till Parsons' contract is up? I mean, you might as well just fly him on over first class to Philadelphia. He keeps talking about the Birds. He said something, a couple months ago? He wants to be here. He wants to be back in his hometown. Could you imagine Micah Parsons and Kelly Green? I mean, not only would he be a superstar player that he already is, he's amazing, right? But, you know, doing it in front of his hometown and really just filling probably what will be a big void for the Eagles would be huge. So shout out to Micah Parsons, and one day he will be a Philadelphia Eagle, and he will, get away from the torture that is the Dallas Cowboys. I love it. And again, you know, the Cowboys have had a lot of great players in their history, right? The Troys and the Deons and the Michael Irvins, and you can go down the list, right? But over the last 25 years, they haven't done anything. In other news, Jalen Hurts was not listed on the injury report. Should be good to go on Sunday. Hopefully the Birds, like I said, can pull out another win, not make it, down to the last play where they're giving up a touchdown and going to overtime. Hopefully Jalen's good, right? And he commented on the injury. I talked yesterday about, how is he? Should we be worried? And here's what Jalen Hurts had to say today, quote, "Everyone wants to compare us to last year. Statistically, we are better. Besides turning the ball over, we just have to play clean in that area. I've got to get better with that. We haven't played our best ball yet." That is accountability. That is leadership right there from Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts says, quote, "This is the last time I will speak on it in terms of running and the injury, etc." He says, "I've never been banged up as a runner." Never. Interesting. Everything has come in the pocket. The illusion and narrative is it's with running, not here. So he's saying it's more so on the sacks and taking those big hits rather than running out of the pocket. I don't know if I truly believe that, right? There were a couple times, whether it's against the Bears or, a couple years ago, like he's been banged up a few times, but I do agree. Like I always say, and I will continue to say, it is a huge part of the Eagles offense. It makes them dynamic. Having to keep another defender around to, hold Jalen accountable, make sure he doesn't run for 30 yards is a huge weapon for the Eagles. And when you have all the talent that they have at the wideout and the backfield, then you have to worry about Jalen Hurts. It almost makes, this Eagles unstoppable. I mean, it almost makes them virtually impossible to guard because there's just too many weapons. So you got to hope and pray that he stays healthy, obviously on a big contract now, but I agree with him. Let him be, and, hopefully he can continue to make better decisions, make sure he slides, doesn't take those big hits, etc. A.J. Brown was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Why wouldn't he be? He has been absolutely insane the last 5 weeks. He is on pace for almost 2,000 yards right now. Third player ever with 125 plus receiving yards in 5 consecutive games. We already talked a lot about AJ, but I mean, he deserves it. He's been incredible. I still can't believe the Eagles got him for what they did. They fleeced the Titans twice now, even with Kevin Byard. AJ Brown is incredible. The relationship on, off the field with Jalen Hurts. The potential, man. AJ's in the second year, right? He signed the extension. He still had a year left, and now he's in the extension. Like, there are so many more years. There's so many more opportunities for AJ Brown and his team, and he's just really going to keep growing and nurturing here with Philadelphia. AJ Brown is a wide receiver one, and you want to see how you can support your guy on the same team. Look at what Darius Slay said. He said he's the second best receiver in the league right now. Say what you want to. You can argue with your mom, but AJ Swole Batman is number 2 in the league right now. Got to give it to Cheetah at number 1, but AJ for sure is number 2. He can run every single route. A lot of guys cannot do that. I agree. Wholeheartedly agree with Darius Slay. That, to me, is how you go out and support your team. Micah, he's not out here talking about the Cowboys. He's talking about the Eagles. He's talking about the Eagles. Darius Slay speaking the facts. AJ Brown is incredible. He's just been on a different planet recently, and I expect it to continue this week. Like I always say, BetMGM smashed the over. AJ Brown, he's just in a different stratosphere. You can do anything you want with AJ on the field. He will put the ball in the end zone. So those are my thoughts. Shout out to the Eagles, the camaraderie they've obviously built. And, you know, these guys are together, man. We'll see how Sunday plays out. Give me all your thoughts on the comments down below, and appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.